Good morning, loves, and welcome back to our Castle of Chaos. Today's video is actually going to be a day in the life of Ms. Peyton with virtual schooling. So I kind of wanted to show what it's like. I feel like we have it down to a pretty good science now. We've been doing this since the end of August. So she is in first grade. We did have the option to send her back in October or November, and we opted not to. We decided to keep her home virtually for the time being, just until we kind of saw how things played out in our area. And we are actually now sending her back. So she'll be going back to in-person schooling here shortly for the remainder of the year. But for the time being, for the next few weeks, she is still virtual. So this is our routine every day. So we start out, we wake up around 7 every morning. Some mornings we push it a little later and we don't get up until about 7:30. Just if it was a long night, she stayed up a little later than she should have, things like that. But for the most part, we get up at 7. I make her breakfast, and I think this morning she had scrambled eggs, and then while she's eating, I usually let her watch a show, either YouTube or something she's watching on Disney or Netflix or something, to keep her occupied while I do her hair. And I know some people say not to do hair at the dinner table or at the counter, but it works for us just because it's easier, because she's sitting, she's not fighting with me, she's entertained. So I do her hair really quickly and get her all beautified. Not that she's not already beautiful, she is gorgeous. So I get her all ready for school so she is presentable for her class. Even though she is virtual, I still like her to obviously look like she's in school, to be put together and all of those things. So we do that prior to logging into class. She does have to wear a uniform for school, even though she is virtual. So school rules still apply, but she can wear whatever bottoms she wants to wear. So we usually do one of her uniform shirts with just like a pair of like comfortable gym shorts, something that's easy for her to move around in, things like that. So because they still do like PE and they get up and get active, so it makes it easy to do that. So just adding a little bow, and she's gonna finish breakfast, and then she is gonna head off to class here shortly. So I am actually going to just fix up her room. I did not fix up her desk the night before, so I'm just gonna head into her room and tidy it up now, get her computer on so it's ready for her, and that way when it's time to log in, she can just sit right down, log right into class, and she's ready to go. She has everything that she needs. I usually have her log in like a couple minutes early, maybe 2, sometimes 3 minutes early. If she's really like done early, she can log in up to 10 minutes before class starts. She has to be logged in by 7:50. Her teacher is always on by 7:40 for students who want to come early, and if they come early, they play games or they talk about the night before, things like that. So she is just watching me get her ready. Her puppy is gonna do a little dance with her, and then she is just gonna finish watching her show for a couple minutes just while I tidy up her bed, and then she's gonna get changed and pop on into class. Okay, so Peyton has her uniform on. She is ready to start her day. She's got her puppies here to hang out with her for a little bit. They like to start the morning out in there, and then they usually come out later on. I'm gonna jump ahead to snack time now. So Peyton usually gets 2 snack times in the morning. She gets one when her main teacher is switching from reading to science around 10 o'clock, and it's usually about a 10-minute break. but her larger break is during reading groups themselves. So Peyton actually participates in 2 reading groups. She is in the very first reading group, and then she's in the last reading group because she's between reading levels right now, and her teacher is trying to level her up to the next one. So she has her in the reading group that she is currently in, and then the next level one, so that she can practice things, reading words and books that are at that level, and that way we can kind of help move her along a little bit faster. So in between those groups, she has about a 20-minute break. So I like to just do a snack tray of some kind for her that she can kind of pick at. That way when she's running around, or you'll see in this one she's watching YouTube a little bit, but I do like her to get up and get her wiggles out during this time too. But while she's running, she can just be grabbing something while she's on the go and eating quick. But that way she has energy when she goes back for her next reading group. So for this one, I am doing an apple because we are losing teeth. Yay! We are at the age where all of the teeth are falling out now. So she really wanted apples. She lost a tooth about a week ago and got a visit from the tooth fairy, and she's got 4 more loose teeth, and she really wants more visits from the tooth fairy. So apples it is, to try and get those out. These are Pink Lady apples because we love them so much. And then I am going to do a string cheese that I just cut up into chunks to put on this plate. And then I'm also going to put some Annie's organic bunnies on there that we got last week when we went grocery shopping. They are the graham cracker bunnies, but in the birthday cake flavor. So something a little sweet for her, but I'm only going to use half of the serving size bags that I had prepackaged for her. So it's not a ton of sugar in between her class, just enough to kind of wake her up a little bit, make sure she's alert for her reading group, but not that's going to make her feel sluggish and tired when it wears off. So just a little bit. So good? Mm-hmm. Yeah? You need a snack? What should you start first? Apples. How's class? Great. All right, next up is lunchtime. So while Peyton is finishing up in her science class, I am going to go ahead and start on her lunch. So I am also making my breakfast. I know I have said a bunch of times I really don't eat breakfast early. I will make breakfast for David and Peyton, but I cannot eat super duper early. So it's about 10:30, 10:45 because she takes lunch at 11 o'clock. So I am warming up one of the banana breads that I had made over the weekend. In a previous video, we baked some banana bread and some muffins, so I just took out a slice of that, and I'm going to toast it on my griddle since I have it out, and just put a little bit of butter and eat that. And then for Peyton, I am going to make her, she wanted sandwiches today. So when I do her sandwiches, I usually do 2 sandwiches. And then cut them in half, especially because she doesn't eat a whole piece of bread. So I'll use this smaller slices, or if I use regular bread, I cut the crust off so the sandwiches are a little bit smaller. So I will do 2 sandwiches, cut them in half, and then I will put some sides with it. So for her, she likes just some mayo and ham. She's very particular, doesn't like cheese on her sandwiches. With this bread, she will eat the crust, so we are go on that. But if you use regular bread, like a loaf of bread, she will not eat the crust. She's very picky, so I usually wind up giving it to the dogs to have as like a little snack. So we are doing 2 sandwiches here with the ham, and this is the lunch meat ham that I buy at Sprouts Farmers Market. This is just the regular cooked ham. I buy 2 different kinds of ham. The regular cooked ham that I use for her, and then the maple honey ham that we use at breakfast time for her and David to have. That's why the griddle is out, because I cook it on the griddle so it gets a little crispy. That's their favorite thing to have at their breakfast. So sandwiches are just about done here. And then I believe on this day I used the last of her snacks. Tripping over Chance here. He is always at my feet. He loves to just stand anywhere that I am, mostly because he thinks in the kitchen, especially, food is going to fall and he's going to be able to get it, even though 99% of the time nothing falls on the ground, but he seems to think that it will, so he is there. So when I do her little snack boards, I do serve them on these cutting boards, and I will just do a variety of different options. That way when she's on lunch, she has choices, she gets a nice full tummy, nothing is overly heavy that's going to make her tired and not be able to pay attention, but options. So I have a couple of tiny little glass containers, so I'm going to go ahead and put the last of her apples from her snack into one of them, and then this other one I'm going to use to put a yogurt in. So we do buy the ones that are easy for her to eat, but just for presentation purposes, I guess, for lunch, I do like to put them into a little serving bowl, and then I just give her a little spoon to go ahead and eat them. So I get all of the yogurt out. It's the perfect serving size for her, and these are the ones that have no dyes in them, so it's strawberry flavored, but it's still white. And then I use, this is gonna be crazy, but she has had this spoon since she was a baby. We have 2 of them. She loves to use her baby spoons when she eats her yogurt instead of using a big girl spoon. And then she did still have a few of her Annie's bunnies left. I was gonna use another glass bowl, but I decided I was going to use a little cupcake paper instead to put them in, just because I thought it would be fun to add something different to her plate. So here is her cute little lunch plate. So she's got her sandwich and 4 pieces of sandwich, her little bunnies, apples, and yogurt. So a nice little blend, and Chance seems to think that he's gonna get something, but he's not. He's crazy. So nice little sandwich for her when she comes out. It's all ready, and I am gonna go ahead and finish cooking up my banana bread and eat that before she comes out. That way, if she needs anything when she's on her lunch break, I can help her or play with her or spend some time with her while she's on break. It is post-lunch and Payne is back in class doing all of the learning and all of the assignments. At this point, they are working on a poem. So every day in the afternoon when they come back from lunch, she does math class, and then she goes back to her reading group and they do poems. And then up next, you're going to see she's going to do some art.
And now your animals might look like they're going to talk, or maybe they're on top of each other, or maybe one is going to eat the other's tail. Looks like his tail's going to go in his mouth. Or maybe it looks like they're talking.
That was a very cute little alligator. So I also love that her teacher devotes her personal time. So they are done with school at 1:30, but around 2 or 2:30, depending on the day, Peyton logs in and does one-on-one private reading lessons with her teacher. So right now she's playing Beat the Teacher, so she has to write out the word the teacher says, and she has to write it faster than the teacher correctly, and then if she gets it right, then she gets a point. And her teacher has been a complete blessing. Peyton went into first grade not reading at the level that she should be because of the pandemic last year. They lost some of that quality reading time. but she has been getting her back up to where she should be, and she is thriving and doing amazing. So we love that she uses her personal time to do this for any of the students that want or need the extra help. So it's been so great for her. And then after school, I wanted to take her to get the mail. So we are riding. I'm walking, she's riding her scooter to get outside, get a little exercise, and go check the mail. We found a duck on our way. Our community is so nice. We have lots of nature and lots of animals around. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed a day in the life of a virtual first grade student. She really loves her teacher and her classmates and loves that we get to spend time like this together. So I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe if you like our content and hit the bell for notifications, and we will see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Thanks, love. Bye.